So, you want to be a millionaire. But how do we get there? If it was easy, everybody would do it. And it is not too hard. But the problem is, you need to have a big goal. But how do we find that big goal? Check it out. Let's go through some steps that are proven to get you to your big goal so that you can follow that big goal to your first million. And hey, maybe more after that. If you keep on with the goals, you'll keep on with the millions. All right, let's check it out. Darnell here. And if you're anything like me, when I was younger, I had no clue what I was doing. I knew that I wanted more. I knew that I wanted to go somewhere. But I had no idea the steps that it takes and the direction and what you need to do to get there. You see, a lot of people dream about having millions, but they don't set the goals. And then they don't focus on one goal. And that's how we get confused and lost. So when I was younger, I wanted to be healthier and I wanted those six-pack abs that a lot of the young sports kids had. And I wanted to look good for the lady. But when it came down to it, I like food. So whenever we'd go out or anything, sure, I'll have a little more sushi. Oh, yes, ma'am, I'll have another drink, right? Come on. But all of those things added up and kept me out of the physicality that I wanted. And sure, vain imagery, that's fine. But it happens to all of us in those little things where we sidestep our goals and our big dreams for those little instantaneous gains. It wasn't until later in life when I learned you have to have a bigger goal, a bigger picture to keep you moving forward. I wanted to look good, but it wasn't good enough of a reason. It was a reason that was just myself, and I was like, I want to look good, but I really like a double bacon cheeseburger. That's really nice. So getting your big goal is simply finding something that's a little bigger than you that you can keep your focus on so you stay out of those little temptations, whatever they are. I'm not saying you cut out all the rewards in your life. That's silly. But over time, your focus, you'll invest a little more, you'll save a little more, you'll learn that new skill that's going to bring you closer to that goal, whether it's the dream house, the vacations, whatever those things are. And hopefully with these, you'll be able to dig a little deeper than the dream house, where you get a better picture, all right? It's important to have a really good picture in your mind. I, personally, in my dream house, it's got to have a good size. I want a pool because I want to be able to entertain and have parties for the kids and things like that. I personally live in Southern California and I like the craftsman style. I love craftsmanship in homes. I appreciate and respect when people put in that extra bit of work. So finding something like that, whatever your dream home is, think about it. All right, let's get into the steps. So the first step in this is going to be to write a few things down. It's an essential step and you're going to need to do it. The first time through that you're watching this, that's fine. Just think about these things and pause the video at these steps to get a good visual image of what you want and what these things are that are going to be driving you towards your goals. So this may take a few minutes, but hey, getting your first million is going to take a few minutes, right? Totally worth it. All right. 3 steps. So the first thing you're going to need is a timer, and that can be on your phone, no problem. Set it anywhere between 2 and 4 minutes. And each time you do this exercise, you can try different times and see how differently it really affects you. And you need to set the timer and not just rush through these exercises. Your brain is going to need some time to readjust and focus on the new question you're presenting it. And that's why you turn off all the distractions and just focus on the question to get your dreams really out there. Part 1, passions. What are your passions? What are your curiosities? And what do you think is cool? So these things are going to be really what you'd love to do right now if you didn't have anything else to do. Your bills are paid. You don't have to work. Like your ideal things. Do you want to paint? Do you want to work on cars, motorcycles? Do you want to cross stitch? Do you want to sew? Do you want to cook? Do you want to scuba dive? Do you want to parachute? Do you want to fill it in? And so that's step 1, is to take a second, get ready, set your timer, pen and paper ready, and then you're going to pause the video, you're going to start the timer, and then you're going to write these things down. And don't stop until that timer is done, because it's really, you're going to dig deep and you're going to find some things. After a few minutes, you're going to figure out something else. Maybe you do like fitness. Maybe when you're a kid, I liked reading books. I did like playing games. What else is out there that you love to do? Part two is another part of a list. Now, this list is skills, talents, more things that you like to do, but different than your curiosity things. You may be curious about cooking a turkey, but now think about more your skills and talents in the vein of, do you like to talk? Do you like to write? Do you like videos? Do you, I don't know, what other communication methods do you have that you like? So write a few of those things down and do the same thing. Set the timer, get your paper and pencil ready, and after that, pause the video. Do it for the whole time, and then when you get back, we'll look at those two lists and see where we go. All right. Ready, set, go. So part three is you've made two lists, and what you need to do with those is make intersections. We're going to tie these two things together so that you can get some ideas about basically what you like to do and the way you can communicate it. It doesn't always have to be a way to communicate it. For instance, with one of mine, one of the things I like to do is I like to fix things, but because I like to see the results too. So with me and liking investing and fixing things, it was a natural fit for me to buy houses and repair houses. So when I was younger, I bought houses and I lived in them and I fixed them up and then moved out and rented them. So I've combined those two skills into an intersection of something I could do. Okay, so yours could be anything. That could be baking with writing, cooking and photos. It could be repairing cars and taking videos. It could be repairing cars and racing videos. It could be motorcycles, skydiving, whatever those two passions are. But now combine them a little. It could be my buddy likes coding in Unix and he does screen shares. So he'll capture his screen while he's doing Unix and stuff like that and teach lessons to other people that way. So there's a way to take list A and list B and combine those two with whatever your passions are and make a single sentence out of it. All right, so now it's going to be the third time. Set your timer, pause the video, and go ahead and combine all of those things together into sentence kind of lists. All right, great. So if you've been able to follow the 3 steps, or you're going to do it later and do these 3 steps, you're going to come up with this list of things of your passions and your talents and where those things intersect and combine. And the next step is to start to gain focus. And read through the list is what you're going to do, and you're going to eliminate things. You have to use your intuition. You have to use your gut feeling. I've done this several times with some things, and with myself, I've done it where I've had gut things where it's like, oh, you know what, this one, well, no, but I should like this one better. And I've tried that. I should like this one better. It doesn't work. It's not really like your core and what you are and what you need to be doing. Go through the list, and as you read through them, if one of those just hits like a gut feeling or something, then you're like, I don't really like it, cross it off right away. Just put a line through it. Start at the top of the list again, keep going through the list. And every time you read one of those that you're like, cross it off, right? Why would you in life want to do something that, you already got a job or something, right? there's something in your life that you're doing right now that's eh. This is about those big goals that are going to fulfill your soul, have you make a contribution to the world that is just outstanding. And you will feel so rewarded, and so many other people will feel so rewarded, and you'll change lives. So keep it as your big three. Go through the list until you get that awesome big three that simply is just your passions. I mean, these are passions. All right. Take a few minutes, and however long it takes you, get it down to those big three. So now you have three things. Now the next step is to write down the pros and cons of these goals, because when you're going to attempt and try these goals, you have to be in the right place at the right time in your life. So take a few minutes and write down a list of the pros and cons of each of those things. So you have good and bad things about each of these topics. Look through these topics. Take a day or two. Think about these things and then pick one. And it's not a big deal if you take a day or two. You don't have to get it done today. You really want this to settle in. Maybe it's something that, like, tonight or the next night, you're actually going to have a dream about, where this one thing you dream about that, like, you're doing it. And it's important because this is a 4-month goal where you're just going to keep working towards this. You're going to shuffle off things that you don't need to be doing to keep working towards this awesome goal that's really going to make a huge change in your life. It's take those few minutes again and think about that dream house or that dream relationship or whatever it is. And that's what you're going to get out of this. All right. So, thank you so much for coming by. Take your time, watch through the video again as you need to, do the steps. There's going to be other recommended videos, notifications, and subscriptions. Thank you so much for coming and spending your valuable time with me. Have a great day. Darnell's out.